All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. Look, okay, we finally have a Dortmund fan to bully. He might need to go on some anti-bullying site right now. Josh from JJD TV, and that's a BVB channel. Literally, that's the name of the channel. Introduce yourself to the viewers.
What's going on, Bayern fans? I jumped on watch along with you guys in that Hoffenheim game and put in a couple sly comments and got pretty much told to leave. So I thought I'd return.
I got told to leave. You got kicked out. Right. Well, you know what? I guess they kicked you out and you jumped into this room.
Exactly.
Magically. Right. So let's go ahead and talk about this game because, first of all, both our teams just decided to one-up each other. Dortmund were like, I can lose. Yeah, to Augsburg. And Bayern were like, you know what? We'll do you one better. 4-1. So what are your thoughts about Bayern going into this game?
I mean, I would have thought that like after we lost the Augsburg game, Twitter and like Dortmund Twitter was just sad. It was just all around, and people are putting up like, we're going in the Dortmund game, and people are just putting emojis of them crying and saying the game's a nightmare and losing 9-0. And then you guys lost, and all of a sudden the positivity came back and said it's a season again. We can have fun. So I mean, I watched the Hoffenheim game. I was mostly just hoping that you guys would lose so I could jump on your live stream and throw in some chirps, but I got a show out of it, and I don't know what happened because I've watched Bayern quite a few times, obviously not near as much as you, and it just didn't look like the same team. I seriously think it stems from
Hey, you're saying it like we're in a crisis here.
No, and I don't think you guys are in a crisis. I just meant like you guys won 23 games in a row.
Right.
You're going to lose eventually.
Yeah.
And Hoffenheim caught you guys when you weren't on the pedal and took it to you.
Right. And my thoughts about Dortmund, they're a great team. I love them.
Yes,
okay, so as we move on to more important topics, look, so the form, losing the game, look, Bayern's high line is one of the issues or just one of the reasons we lost to Hoffenheim. Do you think Dortmund would have the players or the system to capitalize on that? Because last time we played you in lockdown, Lucien Favre tried to do the same thing, suck us up into the midfield zones, and then use the wide areas with Hakimi and Guerrero to attack us. Is Guerrero back, by the way? Because you told me he was injured.
He's back. He just got back. Like, he only played, I think, about 60-ish minutes in the game, so he's not fully fit. But
okay.
But
right. So, is that something Dortmund will exploit? The counterattacking?
It's tough because, like, last year, like you said, when we played you guys in lockdown, and it just everyone always highlighted that high line that you guys like to play. You'd assume if there's two players that are going to be able to exploit that, it's going to be Hakimi and Guerrero, and you guys shut us down relatively easy in that game. And this year, I mean, without that right side is going to be a bit of a concern for us just because losing Hakimi and we don't know if Meunier can full out.
Sonny's looking at Thomas Meunier right back, and he's licking his lips. Alphonso Davies is licking his lips. You're Canadian, so you would absolutely love Davies. But I'm telling you, he's licking his lips thinking about Thomas Meunier right back.
Yeah, but you got Emre Can and Kanji right beside him, so you be careful.
Emre Can's definitely getting a red card this game. We need to make that happen. Lewandowski needs to constantly be on him because Can's one of those players that will have a solid game and then punch someone in the throat. So, yeah. So, I don't know. So is it going to be a back line of Meunier then, or is it going to be rested?
I think if we're going to look at the way that I think we're going to probably line up, I think we have to go and stick with the same formation, just maybe a little bit different personnel. I'm assuming we'll probably go 3-4-1-2. You'll see Berkey, Meunier, more than likely Akanji, Hummels, and Chan, maybe Piszczek, and then Guerrero, I think he'll play. And then I think Bellingham will probably get rested. You'll see Witsel with Brandt. You'll see probably Royce. It's the Marco Royce Cup, come in as the cam. His first probably start since his injury, and then Sancho and Haaland up front is what I'm expecting.
So no resting because you played 4 days ago, or
like the young kids, like Reina and Bellingham will probably both be rested, and either I can't decide. I think maybe Akanji just because he didn't have maybe the best game will get rested for Piszczek, and then like Guerrero's only played really 60 minutes, so he's technically a fresh player, and we don't really have someone at that right wing back spot, so it's got to be Meunier. And I think they want to win, so I think both Sancho and Haaland will start up front.
Wow. Okay. You know, the funny thing about Dortmund, it's a fact, by the way, they produce some amazing attackers. But what's going on with that defense? You know, you're just that guy in prison that just works his chest out all freaking year, and then the legs looking like noodles. What's happening with Dortmund, man? Your defense is never developing.
Yeah, the watching Daniel Caligiuri torment our defense.
And he's not even like a winger, bro. He was a right wing back for Schalke.
Yeah, I mean, he's always been deadly, like against us. Like for Schalke, like he took points from games against Dortmund where he absolutely shouldn't. And I pointed out in my preview that Caligiuri is going to be dangerous, and he ended up running through on goal and scoring and then putting in a set piece, and that should never happen.
Scored? Oh,
Pardon?
He scored.
Yeah, he scored. He was the one who was able to go on a breakaway and score.
Oh, you're letting these grandpa players kill you like that.
So it was a lot of defensive mistakes that led to both goals from Berkey and Akanji, and then Chan's getting caught flat-footed.
Right.
So it was definitely pretty ugly, but a lot of it, I think, if we want any chance to take you guys on, we're gonna have to figure out our tactics. And every time Favre seems to lose a game like he did in the Augsburg game, it's because he completely misread the situation, and everything we did was getting defended. We looked like a brick wall. We would go for it, hit a wall, and that's Augsburg. So I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Well, look, if you want to check out the combined 11 where Josh put Lucien Favre ahead of Hansi Flick, it was disappointing. I couldn't believe you did that, man. I can't believe you would put Lucien Favre ahead of Hansi Flick. I'm lying, but I can't believe you would do something like that. Go check that out. It's on his channel. Links in the description. But in that combined 11, things get heated, so you might want to put on a nice little, just shorts, because it's going to be hot, man. It's going to be really hot. Seriously, though, I don't know. The thing with Dortmund sometimes with me is I always look at them and I'm like, they're so good at attacking. They're so good at attacking. It's that defense of yours that I don't know why you can't fix it. You couldn't.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Our offense has been so much fun to watch, but in games like the Augsburg situation is like when the offense isn't clicking, the defense is always vulnerable. And like I said, Caligiuri going in, and if we make mistakes like that against Sané, Gnabry, Muller, and Lewandowski, they're gonna be licking their lips. So it's tough because we don't have the personnel to play any other back line besides, I think right now, the 3-back, and we have Emre Can there, who I still don't think is a center back. We haven't purchased another center back, just like I think we should, and another striker, probably like you think you should probably revitalize some of the players that you missed.
Yeah. What's with German teams, man? What's with German teams? Everyone else is moving like Usain Bolt in the transfer window, and we're out here moving like a grandma that just needed to get her teeth dentured. I don't know. We're moving a little bit different. These German clubs, they're a little bit cheap right now. Germany have a problem with making sure their clubs are as cheap as possible. Bayern Munich don't want to buy the depth, and that's one of the reasons why we brought on a guy, Total Manager or Football Manager TV, and he said Dortmund would win the league, which is crazy. Yeah, so him saying that, I get it. I get why he said it, because looking at our depth, we don't have any depth. We're just a 2-inch swimming pool. You can't swim in there, no depth at all. So we're looking at our depth. I don't know, but Dortmund have amazing depth. I don't know if you're going to agree with me on that.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I was saying, like, I got caught off guard because you guys just won a Champions League. You got Sané. I'm like, you guys are going to be flying high. Who's going to touch you? And then low key, you had 4 or 5 players walk out the door, and it just started getting people's attention. Like they're a little short in areas, and if an injury does happen or something like that, and you've always been at that risk of having Lewandowski as your only striker. Like if he ever went down, just probably like Holland would go down for us, we'd be in a lot of trouble. But like you said, Dortmund has a lot of attacking influence. Seeing like Brandt and Royce come off the bench is hilarious, but we don't have that in the back. Your description of no legs was definitely a good one, because if we're running 3 center backs and we have sometimes like a right back like Piszczek and a CDM like Chan playing as our center backs, it sometimes leads to us being vulnerable back there. And I just think a fresh, talented center back needs to come in there and play along some Hummels. Otherwise, that back line it's gonna stay how it is.
You might need to start, moving to a church or a mosque. Go ask for forgiveness from someone, because Leroy Sané, Serge Gnabry, Robert Lewandowski versus Zagadou. Ooh, I'm gonna enjoy that battle. I'm gonna be hippie on that. Oh, that's gonna be amazing to watch. No, but seriously, I am scared of Sancho and Haaland. I know they're crap players. I got to keep the agenda going. Yeah, they're crap players.
Of course.
But Erling Haaland, the way he runs, I don't like it. He's so fast for a guy that's 6'4". What's with these kids? What are they feeding these kids? I'm saying that, and I'm 6 foot tall and fast too. So yeah, just need to flex that right there. But seriously, I'm scared of Haaland. I feel like if he was going against Alaba, that's going to be a long night for him. He might need something else. He might need some running shoes. He doesn't need to be wearing boots or cleats for that game. It's going to be long if Haaland's against Alaba. And you should probably be happy if you see Alaba on the team sheet, because he's moving like Phil Jones or Skadron Mustafi right now. I don't like it. And the thing is, if it's Boateng, I'll be a little bit more confident. But if you watched our last game with Dortmund, Haaland almost scored. Remember that chance where Davies pretty much bailed Alaba out and Boateng, because they both didn't. There's no organization there between those two. But if it's Lucas Hernandez and Nicolas Jula starting, which I think would happen because they both rested, then Haaland's going to look like the little tow trucker he is. Yeah,
I definitely think it'll be an interesting game, like more of a chess match, because when you watch teams like Dortmund and Bayern play like teams like Hoffenheim and Augsburg, they're all defensive. I've seen so many times that Dortmund game, 11 players behind the ball, and if you have a 1-0 lead, why not? But now then, when there's two attacking teams kind of going at each other with a little bit vulnerable defense, I'm curious to see who's going to make the first move and who's going to potentially make that pass to stretch the back line. And if it gets turned over, I think a lot of goals will probably happen in that game on the break, because I don't think Bayern or Dortmund is going to set up with 11 behind the ball and just play that kind of football. That's not how either one of these teams are.
Right.
In the past, when we've been stretched, you punished us, and you've seen those 4 or 5-0 games. But the game, like you mentioned, where Haaland had a chance and we only lost 1-0, I think that was more of a very attacking game, back and forth, and it was a more pleasing game, though we lost. It was a better game than some of those 4-0 games.
Right. You know, the thing is, we might need to activate Haaland's release clause tomorrow. You know, we need him. We need a goal scorer, because Robert Lewandowski doesn't want to score goals. He wants to get assists. He even had an interview with BT Sport, and I think he doesn't care about these goals anymore. He literally said he wants to get assists. He said something along those lines. So I don't think you should be looking at Lewandowski like, he's going to score 10 goals. He's not going to score 10 goals. He doesn't want to score 10 goals. He wants to get an assist. He wants to get 2 assists. Him and Muller want to get assists. The goal scorers you should look at are wingers. It's going to be Gnabry and Sané. They played yesterday. It's crazy that they're playing 2 days after that again. No resting, just vibes. But we'll see if that's the case.
And I totally agree. Like, the thing about Lewandowski is, and it's smart, and it's something you see. I mean, he's always been a goal scorer. He's always put up stupidly good numbers. But when you get up there in age, and he's 32 now, and your legs start to not be what they used to, he's so smart on the ball. That Rabona pass was disgusting.
No. He's breaking speed records out here. No, he's actually really fast. He's still very, very fast.
He's bringing more to a game. He's preparing himself for that slowdown. Like, I'm not saying he's lost his legs yet.
Okay. You rescued yourself there.
Getting ready for that. He's almost playing a little bit more, like you said, a little bit more of that false 9 rather than striker. That one assist in the game where he was able to take the ball right in the middle of the box, have that awareness, and set up. Can't remember who scored that goal. Remember who did?
Was it Perisic? Was it against you or?
No, it was against Schalke in that 8-0 game. Remember, it was like a chip into the box. He came in and he literally just took a look and just touched it, put it right where the penalty spot was, and someone came in and smashed it home.
I think you're talking about the Goretzka goal, or I think that was Muller. That was Muller. Well, he got 2. I think I don't know. I forgot.
That was Lewandowski, if I'm remembering it right. Either way, the Rabona pass sums it up.
Oh, that's the Rabona pass, and then the assist for Musiala, who's better than Giovanni Reina. But the Musiala pretty much took it on the left wing, cut inside, hit it. Reina could never do that. He hit it right into the near post. In a big game, your players don't perform in big games, but you know what I mean. So he did that. But that was a Lewandowski assist, and then the Rabona for Muller's goal. So, Muller did. Yeah, I do get what you mean, though. I do get what you mean. You have exciting young players, and they're exciting. But one thing that everyone always looks at is, can they do the nitty-gritty? I think you touched on that in one of your videos. Can they just go over that line? Do you think that's a possibility in this game specifically? Not just this season, but this game. Because this game could set the tone for this season.
And I totally agree. I've always liked the Super Cup. Dortmund's had a lot of success for some reason against Bayern in that cup. Like, past few years, is something I've always been excited about because we get to win a trophy. But if you want to talk about the nitty gritty, like, and Fabre may just switch it all up. We need certain players in the field. Maybe he goes back with that Witzel Delaney partnership in the center center of the park and just hope that attacking three up top will get you the offense. But if you want to play that kind of way, I think you need Thomas Delaney on the field. He hasn't had a ton of minutes so far, so it's always kind of worrying putting someone who's not ready against a team like Bayern.
Why is he so injury prone? I thought he was,
It's just we brought in Emery. As soon as we brought in Emery Chan last year, like pretty much like that's when Delaney stopped playing, and then we have G, who's playing fantastic, and then Brandt still itching to get in. Like our depth in those areas are like crazy. Like I barely mentioned Thomas Delaney just because I know how Favre is, and he hasn't played him, which he hasn't. But if you want to get that type of football that they can play, and I think Delaney still has a lot to offer with Witzel. I wouldn't be against starting them against Bayern because it gives you a little bit more defensive, and then you just hope that Roy, Sancho, and Holland, or Reina, Sancho, and Holland can do the offense up front. And you've seen how mad Holland gets when he doesn't score. So I mean, I like that about his game, that he gets hungry like that. So I don't know, it'll be tough.
Okay. Winning this trophy, I want to win it because it's against Dortmund, and the tweets would be amazing. That would be sensational. I feel like this game is more 50-50 than people actually think. This game is literally in between. I don't think there's a favorite for this game. The reason I'm saying that is because there are things to exploit in both teams right now. Bayern Munich, as much as our starting 11 is the best in the world, I think it is, our bench isn't that great. And because of the fact that we just lost and you had an extra day's rest to see the Bundesliga, once again, it's a vendetta against Bayern, discrimination against Bayern. Bayern discrimination's real, giving us 1 day's less of a rest with this Hoffenheim game. But as much as people think it's one-sided with Bayern, this game's 50-50. The rest issue has to play a part. So how big is Dortmund's ambition to win this? I
think it's big just because we obviously want to win, and you guys have been dominating the league, dominating the cups. And when we get a chance to have a one-off game, like this is it. Now we have to go through the quarter semifinals. It's one game. I think, like you seem to look on, there's a picture of when Favre won it against you guys last year, and just looking up in Marco Reus's eyes, just dreamy. They want to win it because it's tough to obviously go through an entire year and get a trophy. And this, maybe just a glorified exhibition game, whatever you want to put it. It means a lot to me as a fan. I've seen from them winning it last year, it means a lot to them. And after the game, no matter what team is going to win it, they're going to both be freaking out, and George will be taking shots at me, and I'll be taking shots at him. So
I can't wait, though. If Dortmund lose this, do you know the amount of joy I would gain from it? Yeah. Oh, but if they win, I won't be on Twitter for a day. Yeah, I'll have things to do. Nah. You know what? I don't know. I want to win it as much as Dortmund want to win it, but that's only because of the fact that it's Dortmund. If it was against Frankfurt, I wouldn't really care. If it was against Hoffenheim, I wouldn't really care. But this is an important trophy for us. This is like the Champions League final. We have to win it. My reputation's on the line. I criticize Sancho too much, with all his performances against Niko Kovac's teams with the Kovac tax in there. I've been criticizing this guy. I'm putting up clips all over the place. I'm saying he's unhappy at Dortmund. I need to win this game. I need to win this game. Yeah, so going into it, you already touched on Dortmund's starting 11 and potentially what that could be, just some of the players in there. What are some of the weaknesses in that starting 11? Because I already said Meunier, and he's a weakness. What are some of those weaknesses?
Yeah, it's going to be at the back. It's going to be that space in between our right wing back and our right central back, and even in the left. Because we know how. I love Guerrero, and whether he plays a full game, which we don't know he will, he might come off on the 60th again, and then that leaves potentially Paslak, who could be a replacement. We had Gio Reyna playing there, so in between that space, having Sanchez or having Sané and Gnabry running through that will be probably more than likely you guys' most dangerous areas just go through, because you're gonna then have both of our wide center backs going this way, and you're gonna have Hummel stuck in the middle potentially by himself, and it makes you nervous because I don't know, I don't like thinking about it, but if we get Delaney in there, and I'm talking it up now in myself, it could add that little more defense we might need that we were missing. But I don't know. What about you, George? If you were looking at your guys' team, I'm not sure. How would you think they're gonna line up?
Alaba's a weakness. Oh, you're not asking about our weaknesses. How are we going to line up? Okay, so Neuer in goal. Alexander Nubo was dropped from the squad and he came in from Schalke. We're taking more players from your rivals than you are. That's a disgrace. You need to up your game. They're giving us players for free. You need to help yourself out there. But Nubo, I thought, I was thinking in my head that Hansi Flick might try something magical and start him, but no, you can't drop Neuer. Neuer's amazing. You can't even do it, even to rest him. Neuer's always
go on loan though. I don't know if you heard
that.
Yeah, you heard that too?
Potentially, yeah. That's annoying because I think he's the greatest backup goalkeeper to play in the Bundesliga. But basically, you're going to have Neuer in goal. Pavard's going to be a right back because we don't have anyone else. That's why we need depth. Niklas Süle is going to have to play against Haaland, and Haaland's needing. He's going to be quiet. He's going to be on mute in that game. So, yeah, and I think Lucas Hernandez, Alaba, he's been playing 2 games in a row, so I think he's going to finally be on the bench. And then Alphonso Davies is going to be a left back. Kimmich and Goretzka. But as much as I don't want to see that because Kimmich is so tired. He looked tired, man. I've never seen Kimmich that tired in my life. That's crazy because he's just the energy. He sets the tone for the rest of the team. So it's going to be Kimmich and Goretzka. I think we're going to go with a strong team. So Gnabry, no, but I think it might be Sané because Sané got taken off a little bit earlier against Hoffenheim. So it might be Gnabry on the bench resting for Kingsley Coman to start the game.
Yeah.
Right. And don't worry about him. He'll dribble past 4 players and put a cross back to the Eiffel Tower in Paris. So, the thing is, Lewandowski didn't start, so he's going to play. You better start dreading that. And Thomas Muller. See, that's the thing. We don't have anyone else. We don't have anyone to play against Dortmund for Muller to rest him. I feel like Jamal Musiala might start for some odd reason, but I'm just going to go with Muller just to be safe. So it's still a very strong team with a few changes. And actually, it's a really strong team. But Dortmund are going to go with a strong team. So I think Bayern would. It's a final. It's a trophy. Even though it's not the greatest trophy of all time, you still want to win that trophy. You want to lift it. Royce wouldn't know much about doing this, but you want to lift trophies. That's the most.
Definitely was an indication that you guys are going to play out a strong team.
Yeah. Lewandowski's definitely going to play.
And I was about to ask you for a weakness, but when you thought I was going to, you went right to Alaba, but you didn't. Alaba, so then if it's not Alaba, then who is it?
Yeah, see, I think Alaba has Hansi Flick's nudes. He's going to start Alaba. I just have a feeling. Even though in my head I'm seeing Süle, Hernandez, and Pavard, and Davies as the back line. He's going to start Alaba because of the contract issues when it wants to build confidence in him. So Alaba's going to probably start. And if he starts, Haaland's going to be singing some Norwegian music. He used to make rap music. He's going to be singing that. So it's going to be crazy, man, if Alaba starts. If he starts, then he might score an own goal. That's the level he's moving at right now. He might score an own goal or 2. I don't know.
And if Alaba starts, that means Hernandez is out on the left center back.
Yeah, that could mean that. That could mean that. But if the team is as I think it would be with Hernandez and Niklas Süle, our weaknesses could be our tiredness. And that's not really a weakness, but it could be because we just played 3 days ago, a Supercup final. Kimmich was tired against Hoffenheim. You could visibly see it. He was running tired expressions. And Hansi Flick said, you need to rest players. So our problem could be tiredness. I think that could be the issue for us. And Dortmund wouldn't have that because you didn't have a UEFA Super Cup final versus Sevilla, who are stubborn for 120 minutes. They kept us quiet. So,
no, that's a very good point. And if we're looking, like you said, and when you said this game's gonna be a little more 50-50 than people thought, you forget going off the bench. And if it gets tired and it gets to the 60th, 70th minute and it's still a 0-0 game, and we have like potentially Jude or Reina or Chan or Delaney or whoever it is coming off the bench.
How dare you have better depth than Bayern? Bayern have the smallest squad in the league, man. That's a fact. The smallest squad in the league in terms of depth. We have 25 players, and the rest have up to 34. We have 25.
And you have one more potentially going out the door. Well, 2 more. Nubel and then your one.
Cousins.
Yeah. That'll be interesting.
Bayern Munich. I don't know what we're doing, but
you're getting good stuff, so it's a decent trade.
We might be getting Julian Draxler too.
Julian Draxler as well.
It's a long week for me because I'm just gonna be. I'm imagining Mario Götze holding a Bayern shirt, and they're gonna service Mario. Super Mario's back.
I love it. The ex-Dortmund and the ex-Schalke players. Is what you
Wait,
guys
can Mario Götze last 40 minutes in the game?
No.
Oh, don't do that face. He can't.
No, Götze, he can play as a sub. I mean, he's not going to start for you guys, but
You don't understand. It's 2020, man. We have games every 3 weeks. Champions League is back. We're gonna get the draw in 3 days, so he's gonna start games every other week, essentially. So
I think he's holding out for you guys. I think I've heard Hertha's interested.
Better not be holding out for us. He needs to go to Japan or just go make some money there. Yeah, this is what I think could go wrong for us this season. This depth, our starting 11, sexy. It's a bunch of, but our bench, it's we need Forrest Gump. We need to sit on that. We need players that can sit on that bench and be better, man. I think that's so important. I can't imagine Mario Götze waking up because he's gonna be sleeping on that bench.
He's been
coming up to play for us, and he can't last. He can't last in this intensive system we play. We're intense. Ooh, so yeah, we're pretty much at the end of this. What are your predictions? How do you think the game's going to go, and then the score line?
I think it's going to be a very open game. I think that both teams are going to want to win, but be a little bit wary that they don't want to burn themselves out. So I'm going to think it's going to be a back and forth, and someone's going to nick a goal. So I'm going to say it's going to be a 1-0 win, and the Marco Royce Cup will come back to us, and George will cry.
Are you really sure Robin Berkey would stop Kimmich from chipping him again? Yeah, Joshua Kimmich, the German Xavi, would do it to him if any. Yeah, I don't know. I don't do score predictions, so I'm not gonna. Yeah, you know why? Because it's karma. I feel like it's karma. You know what? The Hoffenheim game, my preview, I literally said players like Kramaric only turn up against big teams. And he only turned up against them. He only turned up against Dortmund last game of the season, 4-0. He scored 4 goals by himself. So, yeah, it's going to be a long, long game. I think it's definitely going to be back and forth, like you said. I'm not sure who's going to win it. We should win it. I'm not going to sit here and go, we'll win it, because I'm not doing that again. I'll never do. I don't do score predictions. Shouldn't do them. But yeah.
Well, I guess it's gonna be just Josh's predictions. And I always like doing the predictions, but I do get what you mean. I'm actually pretty superstitious too, so I don't
right
there, but I just did. So
all right, where can the viewers find you, man? Where can they find you?
Yeah, if you want to come, if there's any for some reason Dortmund fans that are jumped on over to George's channel.
No, it's going to be Bayern fans that are going to subscribe to you.
Just to come with the hate. It's JJD TV dash.
All right. Let's make a bet here. Let's make a bet. If Bayern Munich wins that game, I have to tell everyone to for a week. Or no, but that's not really a good thing for you. If you have a billion Bayern fans subscribe to your channel, and okay, what would you like as a bet?
I don't know. We had a little joke about doing wearing another.
No, I'm not buying that Dortmund.
We're not going to spend money on it.
It's a waste of my money buying.
I don't know. How about we'll say the bet will be the loser has to say a sentence or something that the winner comes up with.
Oh, okay.
Say that in their preview.
Bang, that's a good one. Not just preview, for a week, right?
For a week.
Dortmund wins.
All right, the tail end of every episode for a week, you got to say the sentence that.
No, the beginning, right?
The beginning, right at the start.
Right.
In your faces.
You have to say Mia San Mia at the beginning of every video. Mia San Mia, and then I have to say, what's the Dortmund? Is it Hedja BVB?
It's Hedja BVB.
Okay, I have to say, hello everyone, welcome to Hedja BVB. Oh, no, or Hedja. I have to say it like Hedja BVB, welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. And then so that's gonna be crazy. The winner has to,
It's a tough bet. All right,
are you making that bet?
I'm down.
Okay, god damn it. Okay, I'll take it too. Oh no, I know Erling Haaland's just gonna be doing this thing again. Nice. Okay, well, thank you everyone so much for watching. Check his channel out. I'll leave the link in the description. Mia San Mia and peace. Don't say anything after that. You shouldn't say anything.